Hello everyone, welcome back once again. My name is Victor Digoma here, and we are still looking at probability as a topic. Okay, we have been able in the last class to demonstrate selection with and without replacement for both being, the same color. All right, and in this class right away, I have a question already that I want to use again to demonstrate still on selection with and without replacement. I'm trusting God is going to be of help to you. All right, let's take it. We have here says a box. The question says a box contains 5 yellow, 4 blue, and 3 red balls. 2 balls are selected. Obtain the probability that one is red and the other is blue. One is red and the other is blue. One is red and the other is blue. You see here, I have been using this as my practical uh, as my instrument for practical demonstration. You see here that I have here five yellow balls, and then I have 3 red balls, and I have four blue balls. So I'm still going to use this to demonstrate one is red and the other is blue. 2 balls are selected. Now that in this case now, you realize that the first selection was not defined to be red. Do we get? So, and in this case also, we are still going to see how this selection can be without replacement. I want to take the two at once. Without replacement and with replacement. Okay, I want to look at the two cases. So what we are talking here is a probability selection in which we have one red, comma, one blue. Now, you realize here that this didn't define that the first is red and the second is blue, or the first is blue, the second is red. So in that case, what we are going to have is probability of maybe first being red and second being blue, or it will be probability of first being blue and the second being red. Okay, so it is either this, the first is red, the second is blue, or the first is blue, the second is red. I'm going to show this in the case of with replacement and also show it in the case of without replacement. So you now realize that if first is red, what is probability of red? In that box I have 3 red balls. We have 3 red balls here. So the probability of this selection, okay, the shaking have taken place. There have been a lot of practical demonstrations I did on this. So if one goes back to those classes, you see, all this selection of a thing. I'm sure it will. Let me not take time on doing that again. So this will be 3/12. 3/12. Okay. Remember that it is without replacement. So I have selected the first red and it is without replacement, so I'm going to keep it outside this box. Okay, without replacement. So times the second is blue, so the second is blue. Now what will be the probability of this selection? Now you realize that the probability of this selection now is going to be number of blue over the sample space. Realize that the sample space have reduced, is now 11. Do we get it? This is actually what I'm trying to show here. So this blue now in the second selection is going to be number of blue, which is 4, over the sample space, which is now 11. Okay, so plus, because this is or okay, addition of probability. Okay, then in this case we are going to have, if it is not this, then it is going to be this. So if first selection is blue I'm returning this now. If first selection is blue, the probability of blue being the first selection is going to be number of blue, which is 4 over 12 times, you now realize there is no replacement. So the second selection, which is being red, will be number of red over the sample space. This is going to be 3 over 11. Do we get that? I am sure that this thing didn't pose any confusion. I trust God that this didn't pose any confusion, that my explanation, I wasn't hurrying. I'm trying to make sure that we understand this and understand it well. So we have seen this first selection. The only thing is that there is no replacement and the sample space experiences a discount. It goes down. All right. So I'm sure that is very clear. So we can take down this 1 here, 3, and then take this, and we have 1 over 11 plus this here, 3. Take this. We still have 1 over 11. At the end of the day, this plus this will give us 2 over 11 as the probability of selecting 1 red and 1 blue without replacement. Okay, so I have explained what can happen. First can be red, second can be second. If first is red, then second is blue, or if first is blue, then second is red. Now let's look at the same thing here in the case of with replacement. So you realize that this probability now of 1 red, comma, 1 blue. Now what is going to happen is, if we have, of course, the same thing, if we have first being red, then second will be blue, or we have first being blue, then second will be red. So, but what will happen here is that the only difference is that this 3 over 12, that when I took red, the probability of this red is 3 over 12. Then I replaced it. That's the meaning of with replacement. I replaced it. It then means the sample space didn't go down to 11. It remained 12. So if I take the second and it happens to be blue, probability of blue here is going to be 4 over 12. 4 over 12. So you see the difference between this case and this case. So it is, or the same thing will still happen. The only thing is that you have 4 over 12 here, plus, let's say, 3 over 12. So I think this case will be 1 over 4. Yeah, 1 over 4. This takes this here. 4. 4 cancels here, cancel here. So we have 1 over 12. Okay, as a result here, plus, I think this same thing will be 1 over 12. At the end of the day, we have 2 over 12. And that 2 over 12 will simply be 1 over 6 as a result. So what we are trying to do is to see how we can be able to practically demonstrate with and without replacement in a more practical way with a little demonstration. I'm trusting God this demonstration was able to help us. I believe so, that this demonstration will be able to help us. Please, we still have more things we want to do in probability. You have to stay around, and if what you have done already was able to add little knowledge to what you already know, all right, just give us a handshake by clicking on the subscription button, the like button, and share to your friends out there. By so doing, yeah, just telling us, oh, you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for being there.